All right, let's start by showing you the SPY, and then we'll go into the watch list for Wednesday, August 17th. SPY pushed down a little bit today. Still no volume to speak of, and to me, it's just still in a range. You know, it had this little fake breakout here and then right back down into this range. Nothing significant, and that's fine. We'll just keep searching for the high volume anomalies, if you will, and trading them accordingly. All right, it's all about focusing on high recent relative volume stocks, in my opinion. I'm going to start with lumber liquidators, LL. Now, if you're astute and you follow what I talk about in my videos, you look at this and say, why in the heck is he looking at this? It's a perfectly valid question. Closed at 1628. No recent crazy action, nothing significant. So the only reason this is on watch is because it's trading at 1740 and after hours. So that's right about here. So potential gap play tomorrow on some news. And that is why it's on, not based on the daily chart there. Okay, based on the gap tomorrow morning. CYCC, huge move today. If you watched the video last night, I was looking for a short squeeze in this one today. If you're wondering how I called it in the chat room today, let me zoom in for you. It looked like this. It had just a narrow nothing range, and I think I called it, I'm not exactly sure because I don't have the numbers in front of me. I think I said 582 or 583 with a 570 stop. Look what happens. It breaks out here, goes through 6, and I'm thinking, hey, we caught one. I knew this thing was going to squeeze, right? Taking some off the table just like I teach, came back down. I'm out the rest. Now, this gave a nice little set of little flag after coming back up to the high of the day. Little flag break right in this area over 610. I was not around for it. I had to go out and run some errands today. But I did see some people in the chat room selling this thing all the way up here. So it never did stop out from my original call. This was the entry. Stop was right about here. So anyone who just held it did really well, or maybe they got back in right here. I didn't make anywhere near what I could have, but when I came back, that's part of the humor of trading. You can be right about something, and it doesn't go exactly when you want it to, and you've got to leave. So then you come back and you say, yeah, well, I was right. I didn't make the money I should have, but I was right. That one definitely squeezed, and I'm putting it back on watch for tomorrow because looking to the left on the chart, there's really nothing in the way for another second day move. Doesn't mean it's going to. And it's far away from the moving averages, but I've seen crazier things happen. Sometimes you just get another massive move. So I'm going to put it on watch because it doesn't cost me anything to have it on a chart. GBR, nice pop today. Gave back some of its pop. Called this one in chat right here just over 360. Why? Because 2 sessions ago, it ran from, I don't know, 380 all the way to 560, right? And so today it was in a nice narrow opening range for like 20 minutes. So you know what? I'll take that opening range break all day long. And we got a huge move. That was an easy trade, GBR. And it held up fairly well, so it goes back on watch for tomorrow. OPTT. This one on an intraday basis had a huge move here, right? From 850 to over 10. This is a somewhat recent high flyer. I don't know for sure. News came out about the industry. And I've heard people saying it was a fake news tweet, but at the same time, I don't have the link in front of me, but I actually read the article. Didn't mention OPTT in particular, but it's, as far as I know, the only company that deals with, extracting power from the tides, if you will, in short, right? And so this one got that huge spike. It gave back a lot of it there at the end of the day. Do your due diligence tonight and make sure that the story is real. Department of Energy, I think, funding this industry with so many millions of dollars or whatever. That's what sparked it. So do your due diligence, but because of the intraday move, this one, and because it's a recent high flyer and because it's a low float stock, it is absolutely on my radar tomorrow. SITO, another somewhat low floater that ripped today, giving back some of its gains. Doesn't cost me anything to have it on a chart for tomorrow. LEDS can be a nasty trader, but it had a big intraday move today, coming up near recent highs before settling in like $1 off of its highs. This one is certainly interesting if it can get over $8 one of these days, or up over 850 because of this move back here. But it's a low float stock, getting some attention. I didn't trade this one today, and I don't generally like the way it trades, but you know what? Keep that on a chart because it makes really big moves in a short period of time. So I'm going to watch it. Okay, MPET. This one, speaking of big moves, out of nowhere today, gets a move from 508 to 585. Is that right? Yeah, I guess it was right. And then got another high volume spike here. It's crazy action in this thing, and then flagging. So while it's certainly still ahead of itself, the fact that it made that move and stayed up near its highs lands it on my watch list. I always trade smaller if I'm looking at something that's given a a really big move and is far away from the moving averages. But again, crazy things are happening out there. So I've got 6 monitors. I've got the chart space, so it'll be on a chart. MEET, 4 days down in a row now. I actually took this one right at 499 today on its way back up. And I had one losing trade and one winning trade, and it ended up closing right about where I was trading it. I think I ended up plus $50 in the name or something. But this one's certainly worth watching tomorrow. That is a big fall. Anytime you have, shape to the downside on the price candles, shape to the upside on the volume sticks, that should warrant your attention for a potential bounce the next day. All right, so don't love that one, but potential bounce play. SORL. Huge move yesterday, quiet inside day today. Gave back more gains than I'm comfortable with, but lower volume. Sometimes you get a third day play back to the upside. With a low float, I'm going to watch it. URRE, just a narrow range today, potential long watch tomorrow. Had this nice spike back here, and it's down a few days. I don't love that one either, but I'm going to watch it. TRCH, huge spike here, lower high, then another rip, testing these highs. Right, and it's already green again the very next day. So keep your eyes on this one. I think it's got potential to rip higher. And then lastly, I've got WAC, which is still flagging here. Still flagging. This one looks like it could rip up through 4 one of these days. So it goes on watch. All right, as a team, the chat room members and myself, the other moderators, will be stalking potential gappers in the morning in the pre-market, and we'll build a list of potential gap play stocks like we always do. Our members know how to trade them. And we'll also be watching this list I just showed you, all right? Trade smart. It's August trading, generally lower volume trading, but as you can see, there are stocks moving, and that's where we put our focus, all right? Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.